we've been reporting, violence on Chicago's transit system is spiraling out of control, with attacks happening really at a disturbing pace.
Yeah, and now there's yet another one to report, this time deadly and seemingly completely random. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Mattera has all of the details.
Yeah, good morning, Mark and Alex. One man, he fell asleep on the train early Saturday morning, and he woke up in the most brutal way possible, getting stabbed by a total stranger.
It's not just what Demetrius Thurman is accused of doing on Chicago's Blue Line train, but also how he did it that's drawing public anger. Prosecutors say Thurman walked up behind a sleeping passenger on January 10th and began recording on his phone. Authorities say he then stabbed the victim once in the chest near the heart and again in the abdomen. The victim reportedly stood up screaming and eventually collapsed. He later died from his injuries.
Right now, I think we have 135 full-time officers assigned to our transit, but that's buses and that's trains. That's nowhere near enough.
Chicago Alderman Jim Gardner says the lack of a police presence on mass transit is especially troubling when compared to how many cops are assigned to Brandon Johnson's protective detail.
The mayor of Chicago has 150 officers to watch one person. Literally, the mayor has more officers assigned to his watch than we do for the 316 million users, rides that were on the trains and the buses last year.
That disparity in the violence that's followed has now drawn scrutiny from the White House. The Federal Transit Administration has warned Chicago that current conditions are unacceptable, and they are threatening to yank $50 million in federal funding unless a strong safety plan is submitted by March. To retired Chicago police officer Martin Pribe, the disorder in the transit system is what happens when elected leaders refuse to impose meaningful punishment on those who commit crime.
The criminals, and they feel like when the police stop them, they don't have to listen. And when the cops try and enforce the law down there, they don't really get the backup they need.
And until there's a policy shift, critics warn riders will keep paying the price. A warning made painfully real by a defendant now accused of recording himself stabbing a passenger as he slept.
Demetrius Thurman is now charged with first-degree murder. And Mark, Alex, I'm sure this won't surprise you, his criminal history stretches back to 2007, so almost 2 decades. What is a surprise, though, is how apparently Brandon Johnson's security detail has more police officers dedicated to it than there are police officers dedicated to police the entire transit system. That seems, at least to me, it seems out of balance.
Jason, I'm so tired of these stories. It's just utterly insane. And the rap sheet on these guys, like you just said, from 2007, for 20 years at this point, it's getting ridiculous.
You get what you vote for, apparently, in Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.